Hey, hola, namaste. Welcome to Pearl Tarot. Today I'm back again with a pickup card on how do your boss see you at this point of time. So basically, this is a timeless pickup card. Whenever you click on this reading, it is right time for you to receive the message. There are three piles, pile 1, 2, and 3 from your left to right. The timestamps will be provided on the description box, and I will catch you on the next click. Hey there, my dear pile one. So, if you're drawn to this pile, this right place for you to receive the message on how do your boss or your manager sees you at this point of time. So, basically, this is a timeless pickup card. Whenever you click on this reading, it is right time for you to receive the message. Yes, since you're drawn to the Sahasra, what I'm getting initially is that your boss or your manager sees you as a very spiritual person, as a very religious person. Maybe you are a strong believer of a particular religion, or it can be the possibility that you may be working in some sort of institution which is a part of a religion. So you get the idea. I think it's like some sort of religion is very much important, or if it is nothing to do with religion, then since it's a general reading, take what it resonates for you and it fits for you. It seems like you are a highly spiritual person. Your aura speaks a lot. That is what your manager or your boss that sees initially. That is what I'm getting. It seems like you know things before it happens. That is what they perceive it to be. From the initial layout, I feel like you are more thinker. That is what they are thinking. It's like you think a lot and your actions are very much limited. And again, it depends upon the perspective from which it comes from, right? So yes, we can dive into the rest of cards for further info. Yes, my dear pile one, we have Bad Spirit, a rebirth is assured, the moon, the dragon, supernatural. That supernatural element, that element of spirituality is very much evident. I have to say it. There is a lot of symbols of moon that often symbolizes, again, in the revere, you have the moon. So it seems like there is a lot of symbols of moon that is going on. So you may be affected by the cycles of moon, especially if you have a lot of feminine energy or if you identify as a female. Obviously, females, okay, not identify as females, like females do have the cycles that is happening. So they kind of notices that your work may get affected by these cycles in some sort of way. They may not be knowing about the cycles, but more or less they may know that your emotions are more fluctuating during this period of time. Yeah. Then we have the dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Transcendence, transcend your mind's limitation and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Then we have the soul fragments 33, balance will be restored. Then we have the labyrinth, and then we have the ruby. Yes, a lot of messages are coming for this pile, and often it symbolizes whenever a lot of message comes, like, I can't hold myself. It's like the message is flowing. It means that the person whom you are inquiring about is thinking a lot about you, or there are a lot of things that you have to know at this point of time regarding this subject. That is, it usually symbolizes. Yeah. First thing first, with the presence of the bad spirit, it kind of confirms what I was initially picking up. Again, it depends upon the perspective. You should understand that your boss kind of thinks that you think a lot, the overthinking, the thinking, and a less action is coming from you. That is what they kind of feels like. And with the presence of labyrinth and revere, some type of work requires a lot of thinking than a lot of action. It all depends upon the metrics of the work that you are in. So it may be a positive attribute or it can be a negative based upon the stemming from where it is coming from, right? Yes. With the presence of the moon and the dragon and the supernatural, what I find is that you're both kind of having a mixed feelings about you. It's not very light, but it is not so dark also. It's like it's like the phases of the moon. It kind of like rotating. It's sometimes they find so happy with you. Sometimes you may even feel like, okay, today it's a great day because they are kind of giving me so much concessions, like they are saying good words about my work. So it may be like that, like cycles. It's in cycles, and but there is a feeling that you couldn't trust this person because you never know which phase of the moon that you're going to get today. That is what I'm getting. And again, with the presence of the supernatural, your boss or manager finds you to be very supernaturally person. It's like you have a lot of spiritual gifts within you, and it seems like they are kind of intimidated because of the spiritual gifts. Maybe the person whom you are inquiring about itself is a very spiritual person and kind of believes in these kind of stuff. So they kind of like getting some sort of witchy vibes from you, or it seems like they're kind of intimidated and doesn't want you to speak a lot because they're afraid that things would come true. There is kind of energy that may be the reason why they may be dancing with you. It's like the dance is very much evident. It's like the push and the pull. And don't get me wrong, I'm not getting any romantic feeling for this pile. It's just the push and pull. It's like a cautionary energy. That is what I'm getting. And again, with the presence of the labyrinth and the rivier, it seems like a lot of thinking that's going on. It's not stable. From one point to the other, it's shifting. That's what I'm getting. With the presence of the balance will be restored, it's kind of like an assurance from your spiritual team at this point of time, is that you may be really exhausted with this on and off play with your boss, because one day they seems to be so happy with your work and the next day it seems like everything has turned upside down. Eclipse have happened, and it's like you never know where you stand with this person. So what the spirit guides is kind of saying is that the balance that you are seeking would be restored. That is one thing, that a confirmation that can be said from this reading. And the other thing that I feel is that with the presence of the transcendence, your boss kind of sees that, as I was picking up earlier, the cycles of the moon, it's like you're constantly changing, and they find that you're constantly evolving. And it's not a gradual progression. It's not like you're going from 1 to 10. What your boss feels is like you may go from 1 to 10 and the next day you come back to 0. That's the energy, this flip floppy energy. That is what they are finding. And it doesn't mean that you are flip floppy or you are not constant, you are not progressing linearly, accelerating, and all those. It's just the perception of the boss. So take it from that angle. And again, with the presence of the bad spirit, it seems like they find that in the workspace, you kind of being a loner. That's what I'm getting, because you can see that in the moon, in the dragon, in the bat, in this river, everything is like a lonely figure. It's like it's being, you kind of enjoy your solitude. That is what your boss or your manager feels like. It's like, it doesn't mean that you didn't want to collaborate with others with the work. It's more like you kind of enjoy your alone time. It's not a loneliness, it's more like a solitude. That is what I'm getting. You kind of being a highly spiritual person, that is what they believe in. And they didn't want to trigger you in one way or other. That's the other thing. At the same time, they're kind of playing with you, like dancing with fire. That's the energy that I'm getting. And the other thing that I feel is that maybe the boss may be able to get away from many of the things that they do. It seems like they can give false hopes, false promise to many people, but it doesn't work with you. It's like they can build castles in the clouds for many other people, but it seems like with you, with the presence of the rivier, it feels like you kind of catches them off guard. It's like just by your, maybe just by looking or just by your presence is kind of triggering for them. And based upon what all the circumstance, what all things that they are going in their life, it would be perceived in a different way. So sometimes your presence seems to be so smoothing to them, so they may require your presence a lot. They may call you upon a lot, maybe ask for your suggestions a lot, maybe ask what you think about a particular situation in hand a lot. And sometimes your presence seems to be so triggering to them. It's like the shadow and the light. That's the energy that I'm getting. A very complicated energy, to be very honest. It's like you never knew, they never knew, no one never knew what is going to happen. It seems like everything is up in the sky. That's the energy I'm getting. And one thing that if you have to take away from this part is that the confirmation that you get from the spirit guides is 33, balance will be restored. So this balance restoration can be anyway, but hopefully we can get it through the tarot card. Yes, we can dive into the tarot. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Fool. I got it. Okay, I got it. So what your boss really requires is that a lot of action from you. That is what they request. Okay, this is the perception of the boss. Since you clicked on this reading, you wanted to know the perception of the boss, right? Yes. So don't shoot the messenger here. What they really wanted from your side is some sort of action. With the presence of the Fool, the Page of Swords, that symbolizes like it's on the right side, and it also symbolizes the masculine energy. And also they are very kind of on the beginning stage of the tarot journey as well, both the Fool and the Page of Swords, with a lot of energy, action oriented energies, I would say. So that is what your boss requires at this point of time. Maybe they wanted to take, like, they wanted you to take charge of things before even they saying it to you that you have to do it. It's like they wanted that initiation, that energy to jump into things and solve the things. That is what they find. That's that they want it from you. That's what I'm getting. And with the presence of the Fool and the Page of Swords, it seems like They find you as someone who is kind of laid back, and they wanted to initiate you into this role of jumping off the cliff. It doesn't mean that you have to like literally jump from the cliff. It just means that you have to dive into things and start doing instead of thinking a lot. Just crystal clear. That's what your boss feels like. With the presence of Wheel of Fortune and Six of Pentacles, your boss also finds kind of like maybe a pay rise or something that is kind of like in material you're getting. Maybe it's like a bonus, or maybe you have asked for a loan. So that's it seems like something that you are asking for in monetary terms is going to get granted. And what they are intending to get from this, it's like most often whenever we work in any type of say, institution, it's like when we ask for something, they always ask something in return. That's like the barter system that we all live in the institutions or in the corporate world at least, right? So it seems like in return of this pay rise, they requires actions, they requires progress from your part without them vocally saying to you that you have to do this and that. It doesn't mean that they see you as a lazy or a slacker. It simply means that they find a lot of potential with you, with the presence of the fool and with the presence of page of sword. And they find that you are a quick thinker, and also it's like you have the ability to think and do simultaneously instead of thinking and course correcting. Like you have the ability to course correct rather than sit, think through all from A to Z and then proceed. No, they wanted like go from A to Z, think along. That's what they wanted at this point of time. Yes. And again, with the process of Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, my dear friend, I don't know what you are doing at this point of time. It seems like you are kind of like negotiating with your boss, or they find that you are a great negotiator. At the same time, they find that you are able to play with the words in such a way that will enables them to grant things even though they don't want to grant. That flip-floppy energy, that dancing energy, that dance with the fire energy, that's what I'm getting. The Wheel of Fortune, it seems like something is turning and it is in favor of you because of the presence of Six of Pentacles. So if you have asked for some, as I was picking up earlier, some loan or pay rise or something that is monetary, and I strongly feel that for this pile, you have to ask because that barter system is present. You ask and then they say something in return. That's the energy that I'm picking. So it's more like you have to initiate it, then the wheels will start running. The action is very much required from that, initiation is required from your part. That's what I'm getting. Yes. So this is all I'm getting for the what your boss feels at you at this point of time. Hopefully this reading resonated with you. If it does, consider subscribing to my channel. So hopefully I'll catch you in my next reading. Till then, take care. Bye. Hey there, my dear pile 2. So, if you're drawn to this pile, this right place for you to receive the message on how do your boss or manager sees you or views you at this point of time. So, you are drawn to the Anahata. That's a lot of green is present, and it often symbolizes the heart chakra people. So, I feel like you are that heart chakra people. Your boss or manager that views you as a very healing presence to be in, a person who works a lot with their heart rather than the mind. And it seems like you are doing things because you love doing it, and you do that out of the love and the compassion that is present with you. It seems like your boss perceives you as a very emotional person, very emotional to the core. That's what they find you. It's like maybe you wanted to be perceived as that emotionless person who doesn't have any emotions, who just moves through their life just like that. But it seems like your boss kind of sees through you that you are a very emotional person. They find you, and that is the one thing that your boss really admires and loves about you, is that you are that greenery. Okay, just imagine that you are that oasis in the desert. You are that greenery that they wanted. And yes, there is a lot of love that is present, and at this point of time I'm not getting any romantic inclination in this part, but hopefully it's not like that. Like if you want it is that, right? Okay, let's dive into rest of cards. Yes, my dear pile 2, we have the Sandpaper Spirit, be playful, lightning, secret temptation, being led astray, starseed, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant loving light, fog, amber. Then we have the squirrel that is always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distraction take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. And amber, yeah, So I am kind of like blushing. So I feel like there is a romantic aspect in this pile. So, but take it if it resonates only. But I truly feel that there is a romantic aspect in this pile. At least someone in your office or in your institute or the place that you work in has some romantic aspect towards you. Yes. But since we are doing it from the perception of the boss or manager, so it can be from a higher up. Yes. With the presence of, I feel like you would be youthful or you look youthful. There is a lot of denomination of your looking, your physical appearance is coming. So I have to say about it, you kind of like very playful and youthful look, that vibe of youth, that's a word or a phrase even, I don't know. It seems like you seems a very youthful person, okay, younger than the age. Maybe you are in your late 40s or in early 50s, or it can be the late 20s, anywhere, okay, anywhere. You look younger than your age. You look very playful. You have that playful disposition towards you. With the presence of Sampier spirit, it seems like, and with the presence of the lightning, and with the presence of the Anahata that you are drawn to, I feel like you are that, maybe you are that queen, okay, in the office, that all everyone waits for you, because maybe you start trends on the way you wear dress, or you, there is something that's strong about your physical appearance. You look good, okay, so your boss or manager notices that you are kind of like perfect in look wise. That's what I'm getting. And with the presence of the fog, it seems like the people around you may not, or the boss or the manager doesn't know much about your personal life a lot. That can be a reason. And with the presence of the amper and the secret temptation, it seems like maybe they have stalked your social media, maybe they have done something, searched something about you in online, and maybe you have an online platform, so that may be the reason. So something that is like, they are kind of like stalked you, and they have got your image or your something, that they are keeping it safe, okay. So it can be literally your resume, that they are keeping it safe, okay. Don't build castles in the clouds, okay, that can be the reason also. Again, with the presence of the squirrel and the sandpiper, they find you as a very playful person. They find you as very cheerful. As I was picking up earlier, you was that oasis that has to be present in the desert. So it seems like you are kind of like very much different from than that of your peers. Maybe your peers are, maybe they are very older, they are very stricter, that can be okay. And but compared to that, you seems to be very playful, you seems to be very bubbly, you seems to be very cheerful. So, and you do your work, and it seems like you're both kind of like enjoying it. It's like they are getting entertained by all these things that you're doing, okay. And with the presence of the star seed, they are getting a name energy. So maybe you are a newbie to this, maybe you have already worked a lot of time, but you may be newbie to this organization, or there is a new energy to you. So that's like, that is why this fog energy is present, because once a new employee enters into the organization, many of them, they do not know what this person is all about. Or it can simply means that you have been working in the organization for a lot of period of time, but they do not know much about the things that you hide perfectly. It seems like only the projections or the things that you wanted them to know, only the things that they knew, okay. That is what the energy I'm picking up. And if you identify yourself as a very newbie or starting the work, then your boss or manager wanted you to have a plan for the future. It seems like you're very bubbly, you're very cheerful, you're doing the work, and you're just going with the flow, that naive energy, that whenever you enters the room, everyone turns up. That's all true. That's with the presence of lightning. It's all true. Like you are being cherished. Okay, that's true. But your boss or manager wanted that. They kind of thinking that you should have some more vivid plan, like big plans for your future. Okay, at least that's that they wanted. Or they are, if the romantic aspect is somehow getting strike like a lightning, then what it means is that they wanted to have a big plan, master plan, to execute this romantic aspect. Maybe that if that romantic aspect, you know, resonate with you, that may be the reason. If it doesn't, it simply means that they wanted you to have some big plans for your future. That's what I'm getting. Secret temptation is calling me now. That is being led astray. So that is a strong sexual card for me. Sexual energy is vibe. It's not a sexual card. It simply means that I'm getting some sort of sexual energy with the presence in conjunction with the lightning and all, and with the presence of star seed, the seed that is present. So yes, that is very much true for this pile. And other than that, what I'm getting here is that they find you as a person who is very much cheerful, who is very much go with the flow, who kind of enjoys doing the work, and is kind of very much different from their peers. But at the same time, you seems to get ideas that is kind of out of box. It's like, yes, of course, you are kind of very much different from the peers. So you think differently than your peers. So obviously, you are going to get ideas that are out of boxy, right? So your boss thinks that you kind of find ideas that is out of thin air. It's getting, coming, and then launching. And it also seems that they find that your energy is too high for all the time. It seems like you are not, they don't see a downtime with you. At least that is what they perceive as. They don't see a downtime with you with the presence of squirrel. It's always playful. It's either collecting the nuts, or it's just working hard, or it's just playing. So it's like always there, you are doing something. That is what they are. It's like you are always super busy with something. That is what your boss or manager perceives you. And again, I feel like if the romantic aspect that resonate with you, then I feel like there is a significant age gap between both guys. That is what I'm getting. And because of the this 51 is calling to me, so that I have to put it out. So yes, we can dive into the tarot, so to get more information about how do your boss or manager sees you. Yes. Yes, my dear pile two, we have the Nine of Cups, Temperance, the Five of Wands, and Eight of Pentacles. So this Five of Wands is giving me a different layout than I didn't pick up earlier. The one thing is that I feel like there is some sort of conflicts that is happening within your peers. It seems like there are cat fights happening, maybe, or some sort of fight literally is going happening between your coworkers, and your boss or manager sees that it is happening. But what your boss or manager that sees regarding this conflict and you is that you kind of mind your own business. That is what I'm getting. Despite that cheerful disposition that you have, despite the fact that you're very playful and you are kind of very loud and you are there for people, you are a happy-go-lucky person. But it seems like whenever a conflict happens, or whenever people are fighting, like there is literally fights happening in the office, you seems to be very quiet, and you kind of focuses on your work. It is the thing. It is like a peace lover. It's like an angel with the presence of temperance. I don't find that you go in and try to solve the issue. It seems like your boss or manager feels that you kind of let the work fight, like, let the cats fight. Yeah, just fight. Okay. And I will focus on my work. At least that is the perception of your boss. That is what I'm getting. And with the presence of the Nine of Cups, I feel like your boss feels you as a very, yeah, that happy go lucky person, abundant person, a person who feels like they have everything that they want and they are patiently waiting for things that they wanted to conquer much more. And again, that inner thought of this boss is that you should have more plan, because they find a lot of potential with you to convert this 9 to 10. They find that you are in a stable abundant position, but at the same time they find that if with the proper strategies and with the proper level ups you could reach a higher position. That's what they feels like. Again, with the presence of the temperance, what they find is that you kind of balances things out very well. It's like maybe the place that you work in is a very dry, and you kind of balances it with the right amount, and with the right, your sprinkly magic of happiness and joy, and your unique flavor you add to that, and somehow it get balanced out, right? While we cook food, we know that we add a lot of spices, and then it somehow blends and gives a wonderful taste, right? So it seems like that. Okay, I'm speaking about cooking. Maybe you cook food well, right? Maybe, yes. Or maybe you work in some place where you have to literally cook, and it seems like you know how to balance the flavors well. Yeah, that may be the thing. Yes, and again, one thing I have to say here is that there is this strong emphasis of sun present, and here you can see that in all those figures, I'm feeling like the sun is setting. One strong message that I'm getting here is that your boss or manager feels like if the situation or if the workplace that you work in becomes too toxic with the presence of five of wands, too much fights, too much, like, even if you, there are places, okay, to be very honest here, let's use this platform to be very honest. That is like, there are places, there are workplaces where we can't even say a single word because it would be perceived in a wrong way, because the culture there is like that, to be very honest, irrespective of the reputation of the organization, or irrespective, maybe that organization is worldwide famous for the particular thing that they do, but maybe the department that you work in is just like that. It becomes very much toxic to work in, right? So I feel like what I'm getting through here is that your boss or manager feels like, irrespective of everything that's going good and well, being cheerful and everything that you are as a person, and they really admire that about you, But if the work culture becomes too toxic for you to handle and you are not bothered with the work, but if it somehow triggers you or if it somehow creeps into you, into your brain, in your work, then it seems like they find that you will leave the place that you are currently in. That is what I'm getting with the presence of Nine of Cups and Temperance. It seems like you don't want to get bothered with this workplace drama. That's what I'm getting. And I don't feel like your boss thinks that you are involved in the work life. It's like either you are folding hand and staying away from it, or you're constantly working on your task. Eight of Pentacles, that shows the hardworking energy. With the Temperance, that shows the balanced energy, that neutrality, that is like not taking places and just focusing on your own two cups. That's like filling. Either you are just being you, or working. That's the two things that I'm seeing here. Yes. So overall, I feel like your boss have a positive side towards you, and at the same time they are kind of like nervous that you may leave this organization. That's a dual thing that I'm finding. And you are attracted to the anahata. You can see the two depictions, two female figures are here. That shows that the two things that they are thinking very much prominently. One thing is more positive, and the other thing is that whether they will leave because of this toxic environment that they are in. Yes. So I hope this reading truly resonates with you. And I have to say that you are a strong heart chakra person. That means that you work with your heart a lot. So whenever you are in this sort of situation, whenever you are emotionally involved in the things that can get you, okay, because you are a heart chakra person, you operate through your heart, you work through your heart, and you wanted that green energy always with you. So yeah, some sort of yoga meditations that would open up towards like that focuses on your heart chakra may be very much helpful for you if you yourself find in such type of conflicting environment. Yes, I hope this reading truly resonate with you. If it does, consider subscribing to my channel. So hopefully I will catch you in my next reading. Till then, take care. Bye. Hey there, my dear pile tree. So, if you're drawn to the Dhyana, this is the right place for you to receive the message on how do your boss or manager view you at this point of time. So, since you're drawn to the Dhyana, that I have to say is that you are my pile who consider work as worship. Like you are one with work. That means time is very illusionary. Whenever we do the things that we really love, we kind of forget the time. So it seems like your boss or manager view you as that side of person. Like when you are into that work, in the workflow, it seems like nothing bothers to you. You are in that flow state. I hope you are understanding this terminologies that I'm using, and it doesn't feels like a jargon, because I feel like you're a spiritually evolved person, so you know about being in the flow state and being in one with work. And you there's like you are embodying the work. That is what I'm getting through here, and that is what your boss feels about you at this point of time. Yes, we can dive into the rest of cards for further info. Yes. So we have the Ascendant Matter Masters, that is create, open communication, light, cosmic child, the rainbow, the truth. See your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth. Then we have the Black Bear Guardian, that is gentle and wise protector. Give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guides me. Vast spirit, sometimes life stings. Yes. So one thing, since it's a general reading, so take what it resonates with you truly. One thing that I'm seeing through this card is you are working in some sort of family owned business, or you are working for yourself, or there is something that is related to family that may be important to you. That's what I'm picking up here strongly. And if it doesn't resonates, that is you're not working into any family owned business, or you are not a self made entrepreneur, then I feel like you values community a lot, and that is what your boss or manager perceives it. It seems like you are a very community person. It seems like you value the structure, the societal norms and all. You give respect to it, and also you kind of enjoys and being one with it. That is what I'm getting. Yes. With the presence of the rainbow, the cosmic child, I feel like your boss or manager finds you to be very spiritual person. Yes. And the next thing I feel is that you kind of include everyone. It seems like you are not discarding anyone. You are not like, yeah, this person is this, so I'm not going to talk with it. So you kind of being very inclusive. That is what your boss or manager feels like. And with the presence of the cosmic child, it seems like they find you as a very wanderer of the life, searcher for the truth. That can be the headings. Okay, it is a charming heading to be, right? So what I'm getting here is that your boss or manager finds that you're willing to learn from everyone and anyone. You are not at all prideful. Maybe you have a great degree with you, you have a great reputation with you, you are already in a big position, but you are open to learning. You are open to learning the wonders of the institute that you work in. And with the presence of the ascendant master, they wanted you to communicate a lot. That may be one thought that they have. It seems like you are very reluctant to communicate with them. That is their thought, or in a monologue that they may have. And again, with the presence of the vast spirit, sometimes life stings. What I'm getting here is that you kind of like, one strong message that I'm getting here is that maybe there is some sort of work drama that happens, and you kind of sort things out. Okay, sort things out, literally sort things out, and include every person and make that project a success. So that is what your boss knows about, and they know that you are a pacifier. They know that you balance the situation well. So what I'm getting here is that despite the situation going out of hand, despite the situation being kind of a sting, okay, you kind of handled it well. So that is what your boss or manager feels. And again, with the presence of the light, it seems like your boss or manager admires you. That's the one thing. A lot of light energy often symbolizes that you are kind of in a spotlight, or you are publicly known for something. Okay. And at least your boss or manager knows about it, or they kind of perceives that you are going to be someone who is going to be worldly renowned in one way or other. That is what they perceive it to be. And they find that you are a very honest person, very honest in the nature that you kind of acknowledges all the spectrum of the rainbow. It's, you have acknowledged the fact that there is no right or wrong. It's simply the things as it is. That means like, this is not red, okay? This is a combination of different colors. You acknowledge that fact. Or at least you see a color as red because it is what your eyes can decipher from it. So your manager feels that you kind of understand and being calm with the fact that nothing is black and white. And the white that you see is a combination of different colors. And especially for this file, I am using kind of like, I'm speaking poetically, and I'm kind of speaking on jargons, maybe, if you find it that way. It seems like your boss find you as a very knowledgeable person, and it also symbolizes that your boss or manager finds you to be equal to them in one way or other, and they find a huge potential for you to be someone big one day. That is what they find. And again, they find that you are kind of a like a community leader because of the presence of the bear. It often shows that the bear spirit is the spirit of the forest, okay? And it means that they find you as a great protector, a provider, and also for being there for the people whom you care a lot. And I'm speaking very, as I was saying earlier, very poetically. I'm using kind of jargons. If you don't understand, then you don't understand, right? Then I'm kind of speaking differently than I speak in piles. That means it can means a couple of things actually. One thing is that your energy is kind of very influential. And the next thing is that your boss or manager truly finds these attributes, these methodological attributes towards you. It seems like, in simple words, you are going to make it a big, okay? You're going to hit the mark. Like you are going to be someone someday. That's the energy I'm picking up here strongly. A strong methodological steps that you are taking is going to take you into a higher position. That's what they find it. And it's like you are targeting for something, and you can see that it's like they find a transcending energy with you. It seems like they find that you may not be staying here for a long time, or at least in this position for a long period of time. It seems like you have a swift energy with you that you are going to move quickly towards something better. That's energy I'm picking. And it doesn't mean that you're going to change the organization, since there is this family owned business that I'm also picking. So it simply means that you're going to raise to a higher level. That can be the reason. And yes, I picked up the strong energy of the dhyana. That's like one within the work. It seems like you really enjoy the thing that you do, or at least what that is what your boss or manager perceives it like. You are really into the flow state. And the truth here is that they are not intimidated by you, but it seems like they don't want to stand on your way. That's energy. Yes, we can pick, like, we can see what the further messages that we get through the tarot. Yes. Yes. dancing with life, that may be the thing that you're doing, and you're doing it wonderfully, dancing with the universe. Yes, with the presence of the two of cups, the three of cups, 10 of cups, and four of cups, I'm curious why the energy that I'm picking up is kind of very new to me. This is an energy that I never channeled before. So please let me know through the comment section why I am picking, like, literally I want to know why I'm feeling different for this pile. There is a lot of cup energy, and ironically you have got all the cups. Cups often denotes the emotions, it denotes the fulfillment, it denotes the, everything and anything that deals with your state of mind, the state of, it's like the water energy. Maybe you have a strong water signs present in your chart. And yes, we can come to the reading. With the presence of the two of cups, three of cups, and 10 of cups, and four of cups, what your manager or boss sees that, yes, you are a community builder, you know how to play with different people. There is a presence of rainbow, so you identify as an LGBTQ community, or you are accepting of what the people are like. You let the people, let the people be, okay? You let them be that. It doesn't mean that you accept them or you reject them or you are one with them. It doesn't matter. You are very accepting. You are a community builder. That is what I'm getting with the presence of 10 of cups. You being in some sort of very prominent position. And for this pile, yes, I believe my memory is correct. If it seems like you are in some sort of family business, then it may be very much evident with the presence of 10 of cups. Or it can mean that the spirit is simply giving a funny cryptic message that maybe one day you are going to build a business that is going to pass down to the generations. You are going to create a legacy that can be also symbolizes, because the universe speaks through cryptic messages. Sometimes it's very direct, we don't want to complicate it. Yes, coming back to the message of the boss or manager, it seems like with the presence of two of cups, yes, they don't want to stand in your way, and they kind of find you to be equal, and they find that you have this strong Leo energy, that's like the go-getter energy, that passionate energy with you to be someone something big one day. And with the presence of three of cups and 10 of cups, nevertheless, I don't want to speak much about it. They find that you are a very community person. You play well with that of your teammates. You go well with your teammates. You can do any type of complicated works with your peers in such a way that they didn't find it to be like belittling. You never belittle people, okay? You never discard people's ideas. You never push people aside. You build that community energy. That is what your boss or manager feels. With the presence of four of cups, you may find time to help people out. It seems like you have time for everyone and you have time for yourself, and you are the true leader. You are never the boss, okay? That is what your boss or manager feels like you never push work to others, you just encourage them to do. That's what they perceive to be. You dance with the life, that's what they perceive. It's like it seems like you're doing a lot of things, but you kind of enjoying it and you're kind of creating it on a community vibe. That's what I'm picking. Yes, I am picking up very, very curious energy from this pile three. So please let me know through the comment section why I'm feeling the curious energy through this pile. And if this reading truly less from rest, and my words are getting like jaggardese. Yeah. So if this reading truly resonates with you, consider subscribing to my channel. So hopefully I will catch you in my next reading. Till then, take care. Have a wonderful life.